Hey, have you thought about running for city council?
What's city council? I would probably try to have more open space for other things like farms and shelters, like little shacks.
So take down the nice houses and put up little shacks.
Yeah.
That sounds crazy. Why would we do that? Hello, Boulder and the wider world. This is Philip Ogren from the Sharing Boulder podcast with another exclusive Sharing Boulder Extra. This podcast operates on a shoestring budget, and we have not yet invested in expensive recording equipment. However, I am excited to announce that I now have not one but two lapel mics to improve the sound of in-person interviews. In this Sharing Boulder Extra, I test out my new microphones with my 9-year-old son, Ocean, and we talk about the kinds of things fathers and sons talk about in our family, namely land use, housing policy, and transportation. I have frequently seen him imitating frenetic and overly enthusiastic YouTubers, so it did not surprise me that he naturally dropped into the role of pensive podcasting interlocutor and was quite eager to talk about gentle infill, alternative transportation, homeless shelters, and urban farming. We hope you enjoy his fresh take on how to make Boulder a more welcoming and beautiful city. Ocean, thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. I know you're very busy with the start of school and everything. You are an expert in many things, such as Bakugans, Minecraft, Legos. What am I leaving out?
Karate. Dinosaurs.
Dinosaur. Oh, obviously, yeah. Future paleontologist. So, but you wouldn't say that you're an expert in housing policy, for example. Is that right? Yeah. What do you love about Boulder?
Well, Boulder's just a nice city. But I prefer if Boulder had a little more trees. It had more trees.
Oh, yeah.
I love the nature. I love trees.
I love trees, too. So, what's your favorite way of getting around town?
Getting around town. I really don't know. I don't know.
Well, okay, let's name some of them. You get around, you use the car, on the back of the bike, on your own bike. Do you have rollerblades?
Yeah.
Yeah. And scooter? And walking? That's like 6 different ways. So like out of those, what's your favorite way to, like, for example, go to school?
Probably bike.
Probably bike? Biking yourself or being on the back of my bike?
Being on the back.
Being on the back.
I like biking. It's just I don't feel comfortable when I have control.
Yeah.
I feel better when I know an expert on biking.
Sure.
On bike.
Well, so what's wrong with being in the car? Don't you like driving around in the car?
Well, yes, but I do have the worst car sickness.
Ugh, that is the worst.
I know.
You do have really bad car sickness. Do you ever throw up in the car?
Yeah, I've thrown up.
A couple times? Or lots of times?
A couple times.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, it's a good reason to ride bikes is because avoid car sickness. All right, so would you rather go to the park or play in the backyard?
Probably go to the park.
Yeah, I don't see you in the backyard very often. Do you like the backyard?
Well, I like the backyard. I just prefer an actual playground.
Yeah, so what would we have to do to the backyard for you to make you like it?
Well, one thing that I do like in the backyard is that game where there's that king piece in the middle.
Oh, Cube?
Yeah,
you play Cube? Yeah, that's pretty fun. Yeah, when we spend time together in the backyard, it's not really fun to just go out there by yourself and hang out, is it?
Yeah, no.
But did you know that there's a lot of people who have homes outside of town that would like to live in Boulder but can't afford to live here? Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who actually work here in town, but they live in some other town because they can't afford to live here. And well, I heard a politician say today that it's just not practical to build housing for everybody. So I just kind of wondered how that makes you feel.
Well, I would love to have everybody have a house, a nice, decent house, at least. Like, it would be nice for somebody just to have a little shelter for everybody.
Well, where do you think we should build these houses? Up in the mountains?
Well, no. I don't think up in the mountains, because that would just be a little difficult.
Yeah. How about in the open space?
I think that a good place for houses is little houses next to parks or something.
Oh, cool. So
that have a lot of space. You know, like Rowan's school, there's that soccer field.
Yeah.
I think some houses could be built there.
Do you think so? When you say houses, but you said like tiny houses, like or like maybe medium-sized houses, or what are you thinking?
I think like something that's like not too much money, just like a nice, comfortable home that has water and all the needs. Not every not like a huge house with all these rooms and fancy stuff.
Cool. Well, I appreciate that. If we built houses on the soccer field, where would people play soccer?
Well, I mean like around the soccer field.
Oh, I see.
Not like inside of the soccer field.
So like the soccer field would be like it would almost be like a courtyard soccer field with houses surrounding it?
Yeah, and there would be fences.
That might be pretty cool, yeah. With fences too?
Yeah, so you don't break houses, you know.
Oh, sure, yeah. So, between the soccer field and the houses.
Yeah, because you don't want to break somebody's house.
Are these houses, are they each going to have their own yard, or you think they'll just be like right next, like row houses right next to each other?
I think they'll just be right next to each other.
Yeah. Because they have the soccer field, right? Like
yeah, there's a soccer
yard.
field. Yeah, they don't need a yard if there's a giant
I wonder if we could,
field.
If one corner of the soccer field could have like a community garden, so people could have some gardening. What do you feel?
Yeah,
what do you think about that?
Yeah, that would be great. That would be fantastic.
Cool. Well, so sometimes I think about like this house that we rent, like how much yard there is. That we have a huge yard that like not even you really spend time in it. None of us spend time in it except me. I mow the lawn. Sometimes I think about like if you took this house off, how would you use the plot of land that this house sits on?
Me?
Yeah, what would you do with this land if you could take the house off and then build something different?
Then I would probably build just a nice community space for all homeless people. It's just this giant shelter that has these small rooms for all the different people, just so they can have a little privacy, you know. And then I would probably like make gardens around it, so they could have fruit, and, like these vegetables and fruit for them to eat.
Well, I don't think any homeless people would live there.
Why?
Well, because if they lived there, they would have a home, and they wouldn't be homeless. Okay, so if there was something you could change about Boulder, what would you change?
I would probably try to have more open space for other things like farms, and shelters, you know, like little shacks or something.
Little shacks?
Yeah. Yeah.
You mean for people to live in?
Yeah.
So take down the nice houses and put up little shacks?
Yeah.
That sounds crazy. Why would we do that? Someone's got to farm those new farms, I guess, right?
Yeah.
You're funny. Well, thank you for taking a minute out of your busy evening to have this interview. I really appreciate your taking your valuable time to have this important conversation with me. And thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Okay, take care. Peace, dude. Love you.
Bye.